Hello, lovely people. It's Sakino on Sunday again. I had a little break from my Sakino on Sunday videos for many reasons. I want to tell you a little story. 10 days ago, I was with a client who on the next day tested COVID positive. And I had not expected that to happen, to be honest, because I am usually very careful and I have taken all the precautions in my clinic. I have an air cleaner. I always keep the distance. I do not shake hands. But we did not wear a mask in agreement, which up to now I used to always ask my clients, do you want to wear a mask? And of course I did, and they did if they wished to. With this client, we agreed that we wouldn't. So her being tested positive gave me really a shock. And I went into several states of emotions. I went into a fear state. I really was going into that space again that I know so well, which is, of course, the fear of surviving, the fear of becoming sick, the fear of dying. So I went into that, and I really allowed myself to go into all the stages that this particular emotion is always leading me into. It was not the first time in my life that I went into that state, and I know it very well. So I knew that this time I also would come out of it, but it's not a very pleasant state. I had support from close friends who just were very loving with WhatsApp messages and phone calls. But then I thought I need more of support, even if it's from a space that is not very intimate, Facebook. So I wrote something about what I'm going through, and again I got a lot of supportive messages. And the interesting process that I went through was that I could really take in the love from my Facebook friends, who to a big part are also my friends in real life. And I could also see and understand now from my own experience which comments do not help. On the contrary, there were a few comments which put me into a state of shame and guilt feelings even. And I want to explain why. Like comments like, if you experience fear, you don't love yourself enough. Well, that was really a rough statement. And it immediately created at least some thoughts of, do I not love myself enough? And my clear answer was, no, that's not true. Fear and self-love are not contradictions. So I let that settle, and I learned for the future that, again, understand that these kind of comments in a state when someone is in fear, they don't help. They do the opposite. They put the person into a state of guilt feelings, shame feelings, I'm not good enough feelings, and all those kind of things. And also a comment like, this too shall pass is not helpful. Even though it's true, of course, everything passes, everything changes all the time. But when someone is in a particular state of not knowing, maybe fearful, maybe insecurity, how to behave, what to do now. So I learned again, this too shall pass is not helpful in situations like that. But what was helpful is comments like, I'm with you in this. If you need support of any kind, please let me know. I understand how you feel. I'm sitting with you here. I'm not leaving you alone in this. These were the kind of things that were helping me. So I put myself in quarantine for the past 7-8 days, which was good. And when I got the phone call from the health office that I was in the second line of in danger to get infected, and that I could basically leave the quarantine if I didn't create any symptoms, which I haven't. It was a relief, but I still kept myself in quarantine till today. And today, for the first time, I went out and I got some grocery shoppings, and I got some fresh air, and I walked a little bit, and that was beautiful, especially because it has snowed last night, and the snow is still there. It's already melting, but it's still there. So what I wanted to share today was what I really learned in those past 10 days, what is helpful and what is not when someone is in particular states and feelings like fear, like anguish, like pain, suffering, grief, whatever the feeling is. I knew it, of course, but to have another experience of what is supportive and what is not was really, really beautiful. So I thank everyone who commented and sent me messages from the bottom of my heart for their support, even though some of the comments and things they would say were not helpful. But even for those, I am grateful, because I learned from that not to do that in the future to anyone, and to be even more aware how I try to support someone when they are in a difficult situation in their lives. So I hope all of you are healthy and in good spirits, and know again, you can always reach out. You can use all the media that are available, which is just amazing. We have all those media nowadays. Use them to reach out, to get support, to give support. Let us be with each other in these times. And it's not over. It's not over. Even though many people get vaccinated, which is, I think, very helpful. But it's not over. We still have to take care of ourselves, of our health, our well-being, and also we have to take care of the well-being of each other. So my heart is going out to you, especially those of you who are in fear and pain. Thank you for listening.